There were 5 swimmers in the final of the men's 400 metres freestyle S6. 3 of them were brothers from Mexico, Jesus, Juan and Raul Gutierrez. The Gutierrez brothers were racing against Conor Giuffredo of the United States and Thaleson Glock of Brazil. Glock was the first to 50 metres, completing the first of 8 lengths of the pool. As Glock reached the halfway point in the race, he had a significant lead over the Gutierrez brothers, and he was showing no signs of tiring. Glock had finished second in this event at the 2015 Parapan American Games in Toronto, and at this Games he had already won the 100 metres freestyle event, so this was going to be his second individual gold medal in Santiago. Meanwhile, the Gutierrez brothers were fighting for silver and bronze medals. The Parapan American Games record stood at 5 minutes 14.45 seconds, and it seemed pretty clear that Glock was going to break that. He was leading by more than 25 metres as he turned for the final time. So the Games record for him to beat was a time of 5 minutes and 14 seconds. And he finished in a time of 5 minutes 5.67, almost 9 seconds faster than the previous record. It was gold for Thaleson Glock, silver for Juan Gutierrez and bronze for Jesus Gutierrez. In the final of the women's 200 metres individual medley SM11, Michelle Cortez was representing Colombia, and Uth Paletero was one of 3 swimmers representing Argentina. This race was 4 lengths of the pool, 1 on each stroke, starting with butterfly. This was the strongest part of the race for Nadia Baez of Argentina. She took an early lead, followed by Matilde Alcazar of Mexico. The second leg of the race, backstroke, would be stronger for Alcazar. The Mexico swimmer moved into first place, and Paletero came into second. Alcazar performed a tumble turn into breaststroke. That's as loud as long as the swimmer's hand touches the wall before they somersault. Alcazar wasn't slowing down. She was going to be impossible to catch. Paletero was still in second place ahead of Baez, and Alcazar was on course to beat her own Parapan American Games record, which she'd set in Lima. On to freestyle, and Alcazar had a comfortable lead, and she was going to break her record by more than 12 seconds, finishing in a time of 3 minutes 2.27. It was gold for Alcazar, silver for Paletero, and bronze for another Argentina swimmer, Baez. Chile had a swimmer to cheer for in the final of the men's 100 metres breaststroke SB12, Eduardo Munoz. In the green cap, Daniel Giraldo was the reigning champion. Hunter Hellberg was representing Canada. Munoz was in lane 3. Giraldo's biggest challenger would be in the lane next to him, William Rankin of the United States. Those two had a comfortable lead over the rest as they came up to the halfway turn. Giraldo would turn first, followed by Rankin, with Ivan Wilkerson of the United States in third place. The race was on for the gold medal, and Rankin was swimming faster than Giraldo in the second half of the race. Rankin was closing on Giraldo with every stroke, and he seemed to get even quicker as they got into the last 5 metres. Giraldo held on, winning by just over a quarter of a second. It was gold for Giraldo, silver for Rankin, and bronze for Wilkerson. In the final of the men's 200 metres freestyle S2, there were high hopes for Mexico and for Chile. Christopher Tronco was swimming for Mexico. Reigning champion Alberto Albaza was racing for Chile. As this race was freestyle, the swimmers could swim any stroke they liked, and they could even change their stroke during the race. That was something Gabriel dos Santos of Brazil used to his advantage. Dos Santos had already won the 100 metres backstroke at this Games. He raced into an early lead while swimming on his front. Some swimmers were swimming on their backs. Dos Santos was clearly intent on breaking the Games record, And on the third length, he decided to swim on his back. Abarza was in second place with Rodrigo Santillan in third. Approaching the final turn, Dos Santos decided to switch back to swimming on his front. He was now aiming for a games record time of under 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and he was swimming strongly. It was a comfortable win, and Dos Santos had lowered the games record by more than 5 seconds. It was gold for Dos Santos, silver for Abarza, and bronze for Santillan. There was an exciting atmosphere for the final of the women's 100 metres backstroke, which featured Jarith Rodriguez of Colombia. She was racing against Sara Miranda of Costa Rica, Sara Vargas of Colombia, and Mackenzie Cohn of the United States. 3 swimmers got off to outstanding starts. Cohn was swimming strongly between the 2 Colombians, Rodriguez and Vargas. Vargas, swimming in a white cap, was leading as they approached the turn. Vargas turned in first place, followed by Cohn and Rodriguez. Rodriguez was on course for her second medal at these games, to add to a silver in the 200 metres individual medley. Cohn had already won a bronze medal in the 400 metres freestyle, and Vargas was looking for her second gold to add to her 200 individual medley victory, and she came in first in a games record time of 1 minute 26.73 seconds, finishing ahead of Cohn and Rodriguez. It was gold for Sara Vargas, silver for Mackenzie Cohn, and bronze for Jarith Rodriguez.